2 1 2, testing 1 2 1 2. Sunday's game against Chichester proved the Red and Green Girls are not invincible, and there is plenty of hard work still to put in before the Southern Premier Division title is lifted by whomever it may be in May. With just a month to go until the end of the season, the Red and Green Girls are still on top and can extend their advantage to 6 points once more with a victory over in-form Oxford United women. And of course we have live coverage on Coventry United TV of this FA Women's National League Southern Premier Division match. Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on YouTube with commentary of today's match between Coventry United ladies and Oxford United women. Kickoff is just a couple of minutes away. Let's get you into your team news today here at Communications Park in Daventry. Kicking off with our visitors of Oxford United women. Starting for Oxford today, number 1 is Lucy Thomas. Number 3, Steph Bent. Number 5, Steph Mobbs. Number 13, Gemma Sims. Number 20, Evie Gain. 17, Cheryl Williams. Number 4, the captain, Lauren Haynes. Number 6, Amy Lancaster. Number 2, Amber Roberts. Number 8, Ellie Noble. And number 9, Georgia Timms. Substitutes for Oxford, number 23, Paris Circum. 15, Laura Hennessy. 11, Sophie Baker. 14, Kerry Walklett. And number 22, Bobby Lynch. And starting for the red and green girls of Coventry United ladies this evening, number 1, Sue Wood. Number 2, Erin Ryden. Number 3, Janice Austin. Number 4, Jade Brooke. Number 5, Nikki Miles. Number 6, Tash Merritt. Number 18, Beth Merrick. Number 8 is Shannon O'Brien. Number 9, Lois Jeffries. Number 10, Amy Waven. And number 11, Amber Hughes. Substitutes for the red and green girls, number 12, Helen Dermody. 14, Jenna Roberts. 15, Rosie McDonnell. And number 16, Maz Gauntlet. Two teams in their traditional pre-match huddles as we prepare for the off. Oxford still with an opportunity to clinch the title for themselves. They can ill afford to lose out tonight. Many will have said that Coventry were odds on to win the title when the season comes to an end next month, but of course the defeat, 3-2 defeats at home to Chichester on Sunday, showed that the red and green girls are not invincible. Their first league defeat of the season against the Lily Whites, with Molly Clark scoring twice and setting up the third, which is scored by Kim Stenning. United's goals coming from Nikki Miles and Amy Waven. Well, it's the battle of the Uniteds tonight. Coventry United in their traditional red shirts with green shorts and socks, the civic colours of Coventry, and Oxford United women in yellow and navy. It will be Coventry to kick things off with Lois Jeffries standing over the ball in the centre circle. The officials are set to go, the players are set to go. I hope you're ready too, as the game is officially underway live on CUTV with Liam Cook, and it's an immediate throw-in for Oxford United as Amber Hughes saps out of play while trying to keep it on the far side of the field. We'll also have updates from the latest goings on at the Butts Park Arena with the Coventry United men's team in action tonight against Dunkirk, a match that Dunkirk have to win to avoid relegation from the Midland Football League Premier Division. So we'll keep updates coming as and when we get them. Best of luck to the Red and Greens back in Coventry this evening. And here in Northamptonshire, Daventry to be precise, it's Coventry and Oxford as the lofted ball by Jade Brooke is nodded into touch. Beth Merrick with ball in hand throws to the feet of Lois Jeffries. Surrounded by yellow shirts, needs some support. Tries the cross, but she's forced into touch by Evie Gain. And the goal kick to be taken by Lucy Thomas. Well, Coventry with a pretty tough run-in, with the easiest of their remaining games coming on Sunday, and you would probably say is a pretty easy game without disrespecting QPR, a team who haven't won all season. You would expect Coventry to win that one. And then the double header to come against currently second place Cardiff City. Now that is going to be a juicy affair. And another tough away day at Plymouth to come too. Free kick given for a push in the back by Amber Hughes. Causing the foul on Ellie Noble on the halfway line towards the right hand side. Lauren Haynes to take as Oxford push up. Haynes switches the play across to the left-hand side. Chest control by Gain. Loses out to Merrick, who flicks it over towards Shannon O'Brien. So back where it came from by Lancaster. Swing and a miss by Merrick, but she lobs it up off the volley at the second time of asking. Waven. Jeffries. Now Jade Brooke recovered from an injury suffered on Sunday. Here's Erin Ryden. Drives towards the penalty area, but meets the opposite number 2, Amber Roberts, who quickly hooks it out for a Coventry throw just shy of the halfway line. Ryden's place in the United backline seems to have been cemented in recent weeks, alongside Nikki Miles and Janice Austin in that back three. Jeffries holds up a marker. Good strength by the striker. She's played it all the way back into the Coventry defensive area with Janice Austin. Miles drills it towards Jeffries, didn't find its target thanks to the intervention of Haynes. Another throw in, same place as the last one for Erin Ryden. Merrick Holds off Gain. It's a free kick. As Gaines was leaning into Merrick from behind. Merrick will dust herself off and take the set piece herself. With a one-woman wall in front of her. Everyone else in and around that penalty area. Hooked in towards Lois Jeffries. Brought it to ground, but the offside flag raised immediately. And Thomas will get us started again with this free kick rolled left with Gain. Roberts. Challenge from the side by Jade Brooke, finds Jeffries onside this time, squares it for Shannon O'Brien. They're going to find a way for a congested back line. Couldn't quite make it. Cleared as far as Nikki Miles on the halfway line for Coventry. Noble plays it to the right. Side free for Timms. Miles gets there ahead of the number 9. Plays a 1-2 with Austin. And it's back with the United captain Sue Wood. Lofted ball towards Beth Merrick. Just gets a toe to it to keep it away from Gale. Merrick holds off Lancaster and finds Amber Hughes at left wing back. Surges past Bent. Still going Hughes. Into the air she goes. Amber Hughes, a wee bit of a push there. The keeper can only send it as far as Amy Wavin. And the seconds sent flying into the top corner by Amber Hughes. 4.5 minutes on the clock here at Daventry Town FC. And the Red and Green girls take the advantage over Oxford United women. It was an effort that Lucy Thomas really should have hung on to. She diverts it straight into the path of Hughes. The angle was tight, but the finish was sublime. Coventry United ladies 1, Oxford United women 0. Well, the referee and the assistant on this near side with a quick discussion. And the number 13 for Oxford, and that is Gemma Sims, also having her say. The goal will stand. And United immediately back onto it as Jade Brooke sent flying by Cheryl Williams. And she sent the ball out for a throw, so United will get the free kick. So Austin will roll it to Sue Wood, who will take. Midway into the Coventry half of the field. Players congregating on that far side of the field, so Wood going towards the left. Jeffries brings it down with a head handball claims, and the referee agrees with the Oxford players. Hands up in, let's say, protection more than an attempt to divert the ball. So Thomas with a similar scenario to the one that Wood had some seconds ago. Gain, swiftly followed by Amy Wavin. Misplaced pass collected by Beth Merrick. Brooke looking to send Merritt on her way. And good pressure by Merrick to force the clearance by Sims. Throwing right in the corner for the Red and Green girls. Jeffries, Brooke, and now O'Brien in support. Thrown to Jeffries, right to the gut of Jeffries, and that allows Gain onto it. Cleared as far as Ryden. Holds off Timms and turns away. Miles back into the United half, and Chanice Austin will look to build from the back. Strolls into the Oxford half and plays it left with Amber Hughes right on the touchline, and is meted by Williams. It's diverted out off her boot for the Coventry United throw on the left wing. O'Brien makes the run. She's going to go with Jeffries. Finds Jeffries via the head of Haynes. Pass into the centre circle, and Ryden. Merrick calling for it. Beautifully weighted. Well controlled by Merrick. Slight chance to keep it in United's possession. And a stumble by Merrick, and she had a helping hand from Roberts. And another United foul. Merritt congratulates Merrick. And yes, it is as difficult as it sounds to pronounce those names so close to each other. Merrick prepares. She looks to double United's advantage, and it goes from the right-hand side. Floats everyone who's it touched last. It's come off the head of Merritt last, as it flies behind for the goal kick. And by the way, if you do hear any background noise, that's not any overexcited Coventry United supporters. That is it looks like a Zumba class behind us in one of the function rooms here at Communications Park. Goes on the boot of Thomas. Nodded up by Hughes, nodded out by Hughes. And it's a throw to Oxford on the right, just inside United territory. Well, next time Coventry United Ladies are in action, as we said earlier, is on Sunday. We'll have live coverage of Coventry United Ladies versus QPR on Sunday afternoon from 2 o'clock right here on CUTV. As O'Brien is back onto it for Coventry following the interception. And runs straight into the referee. Has to slide in on Williams to keep it alive. Ryden. Now Merrick. Sends it up the right-hand side. Offside flag raised against Lois Jeffries. And although Jeffries was nowhere near it, the referee has decided to blow the whistle. Ryden was the closer United player to the ball. Can safe say she wasn't offside. But that ball has hovered off Merrick on the way out, as it was flicked on by Merrick and Wagner with the final touch. Oh, Oxford 1 goal down with 10 minutes gone. Haynes crossing opportunity, first time cross. Timms tried to control, and it falls to the feet of Nikki Miles, who hastily clears. Gain. No ball caught in possession by Jade Brooke. Jeffries with a short range pass to Amy Wavin. Merrick lofts it up line, and it bounces over the white line for a Oxford throw. United have got the danger clear. Short throw taken to Sims. Looking for Timms. And Nikki Miles sends that one up here. Looks like I'm playing ball boy again. The ball bouncing onto the balcony, and we are in the way of a throw. And Merrick bundles over the Oxford player. Referee says no fouls. Timms goes to ground. And United will have the throw in, as it's volleyed over the touchline by Sims, about 10 yards into Oxford territory. You can ride and find here O'Brien offering support with the run in, and she can only send it out of play as she was hassled from behind by the Oxford captain in Lauren Haynes. It goes back to Sims. And they're going to go all the way back to Thomas here. She turns away from Wavin. Cleared up the left-hand side and nodded into touch by Amber Roberts. So far, so good for Coventry. Riding up line. They had a Brooke. Jeffries, a stab in by Sims, enough to take it away momentarily. Ryden sends it upfield again, deflected out of play by Roberts. Miles. United playing it cautiously along the back line. Sprinting upfield, Janice Austin. Back to Miles. Looking towards the right. Merrick's got a bit of space. Tried the low pass, it didn't find Merrick, but Coventry will have the throw as Roberts couldn't control. Merrick. Held off gain, now turns away from the number 20. Looking to square it for Shannon O'Brien, just out of reach. She doesn't give up. There's the turn away by Noble. Sprinted upfield, and there was an initial foul, I believe, from Tash Merrick for a shirt pull on Noble. And it's eventually been called back as O'Brien blocked her opposite number 8's approach. Steph Mobbs just over 5 yards into her own turf. Not going to find a yellow shirt in the danger zone. Up it goes from Mobbs. Met by the head of Chinice Austin. First onto it is Lancaster for Oxford. Into the box it goes. Out comes Sue Wood. And looking to make sure that one is shepherded into touch. And it is a goal kick. Despite the best efforts of Amber Roberts. Dangerous tactic from Wood. Venturing out of her penalty area. But she had to make sure that ball was gone. Haynes' header can only find Merrick. Over to Beth Merrick. Swiftly covered off by Roberts. Cuts inside. Jeffries holds off Sims. Now Brooke skips away from Roberts' challenge. Where can Formo go from here? She'll try the cross. Easy pickings at the near post for Lucy Thomas. United took the lead with the first shot of the game, really, or the first forward passenger play for Coventry. With Amber Hughes taking advantage and firing across the net into the top corner. As the effort into the box was turned away by Lucy Thomas, and United are going to have to hold fire for a minute as Beth Merrick is on the ground. On the bench for Coventry United today, Helen Dermody, the top scorer for the Red and Green Girls last season. There's a young defender, Jenna Roberts. Rosie McDonnell is back after a stint with the Navy. And congratulations to any members of the Navy women's team who defeated the Army yesterday for the first time in their history. Rosie was part of that team. And also Maz Gauntlet, the attacking midfielder who has been banging form recently, but did suffer an injury on Sunday against Chichester, which meant she left the field before half-time. She is on the bench if needed, but it would probably be unlikely to see Maz on the field, especially seeing as she's in a full tracksuit at the moment. So pretty unlikely we're going to see Maz, but she's there if she's needed. You would think the logical step for Coventry would be to bring on Rosie McDonnell at left wing back and push Amber over to the right if Merrick can't continue. Of course, we don't know how serious the injury is just yet. Right, let's see what's going on at the Butts Park Arena. The men's team, of course, in action in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. No updates at the moment, so we might have to check on the Dunkirk Twitter page rather than the Coventry United one. And the Wi-Fi is a little slow here today as well, and at the moment it is still 0-0. It looks like Coventry United on top in that one. And as we said, anything less than a win for Dunkirk in the match at the Butts Park Arena will see them become the second team to be relegated from the MFL Premier Division, with Wolves Sporting saying goodbye to the division last weekend. Well, looks like Merrick will be able to continue, and Coventry getting away with the throw, and Merrick immediately allowed to rejoin the game as United lose out on possession. Booted upfield into the safe hands of Sue Wood. Here's Ryden, the former Aston Villa youngster. Strolling up to the halfway line, unopposed. Now she'll meet that yellow wall, and a neat ball through the back line. Wavin might be able to reach it. Mobbs gets there first, tries to shield it from the former Wales youngster, and does so to perfection. Wavin finding her 20th goal in League and Cup on Sunday. She'll be looking to add to the impressive collection today. And Thomas's goal kicks forward straight onto the head of Merrick. He nods it on to Wavin. Rolls it left. ahead of Hughes. And there's Austin charging down the run of Williams. Wavin looking to time that ball right for Jeffries. It was timed right, but not positioned right as it was nodded upfield by Mobbs. Brook keeps it alive. It bounces past Wavin on the right. Gain returns the ball to Brook. Ryden. Here's Nicky Miles under pressure from Timms. We'll play it back to Wood between the sticks. Low pass out to the left and Janice Austin. Sends it upfield and O'Brien will give chase. It's going to be a difficult one to catch up to. It's gone out of play and it looks like O'Brien has got the final touch on that one. O'Brien and Brent going for the same ball. Started on by Haynes. And volleyed high into the sky by Williams. Once ahead of Miles in the United half of the field. And again off the head of Jade Brook. Chest control by Wavin. Hooking the leg around Wavin was Sims. And it is Coventry the beneficiary of that ball. Austin. Hughes manages to keep it in with the toe. Bent does her job and forces Hughes into touch and a throw in for Coventry. Can Jeffries turn Mobbs? Cross charge down. Corner kick. So far so good for Coventry United on a chilly night in Northamptonshire. Well, Hughes is going to have to go over the advertising boards to get the ball. Set piece heroics of Amber Hughes are called upon once again. Majority of United's options at the near post. In towards Merritt. And nodded clear, I think Sims with a vital header on that one. Brook out wide to Amber Hughes. Stopped in her tracks by Haynes. Another throw to Coventry United. 20 minutes gone at Communications Park. Coventry United ladies 1, Oxford United women 0. O'Brien plays a 1-2. Will try to play the 2 back to Hughes. But a sliding Haynes takes it out for another throw. Virtually the same position on the left-hand side. Knocking on the Oxford door. Jeffries barged off the ball by Bent. Cleared as far as Timms. Switch to the left-hand side, but there's Merrick to collect. Making sure that Roberts couldn't kickstart the counter. Here's Austin. Inside to Tash Merritt. Right. Just being told to relax, calm it down, keep possession and make the right decisions. Merrick and Brook being pulled and pushed there by the Oxford number 6. Looked to the referee for a free kick, but it wasn't forthcoming. Merrick already sent to the ground. Brook trying in vain to keep the move going. But Lancaster doing just enough to take Brook off her stride. And Bent dispossessed by Amber Hughes. Rolls it in for Lois Jeffries. And it evades the forward, but the move is far from over as it's back in the midfield with Merrick. Ryden. Oxford caught napping there and they may still pay for it. Brook. Through the legs of Roberts, but held up by the number 2. Timms hooks it to the right. Williams will try and get there ahead of Austin, but to no avail. First time pass by Austin to Hughes. Lofted ball for Lois Jeffries, met in the air by Mobbs. Back with Hughes in the centre of the park. Switches it to the right-hand side this time, and again doesn't find her intended target. Wavin charges down. And down goes Sims with the rather robust challenge from the side by Shannon O'Brien. She is certainly stronger than she looks. The teenage attacker, formerly of the Aston Villa Academy. So we're officially halfway through the first half. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? We will be going off air at half time, of course, for a quick break. So look for the second live stream option here on the Coventry United TV YouTube channel. You're not going to want to miss the second half of this one, folks. Still all to play for in Daventry. On the slide in by Tash Merritt. She feels that she got the ball. As Ellie Noble taken down from behind. Oh, Merritt's not one to hold back in the challenge. If she's going for the ball and you're in her way, my advice would be move. United keeping Wavin up for the potential counter, with Bent and Mobbs staying back for Oxford, making sure they don't get caught out at the back. In by Noble. Headed by Ryden. As far as Shannon O'Brien, there was a kick up there by Lancaster. Didn't make contact with O'Brien crucially. O'Brien with a slide in, takes it away from Noble momentarily, but it's back with Haynes. Chip to the right. It's a battle between Williams and Austin, and a battle that Austin wins. Williams with a bit of a shove in the back on Austin. Brought down by Tash Merritt. Now Austin again. Second time asking, she'll get the pass upfield of the initial block from Williams. O'Brien to Brooke. Here's Erin Ryden. Through the centre it goes. Amy Wavin looking to run onto it. And held back by Sims. The referee will give the free kick against Wavin for a shirt pull. Well, it's been a really mixed bag today. Very few opportunities. United do have the advantage. So you head up to the 25th minute, I should say. In goes the cross. Down goes Tibbs on the edge of the area. The challenge by Erin Ryden. Ryden got the ball cleanly. Now it's back with Gain. Handball claims against Jade Brooke, but the referee says that it hit her shoulder. And it's hooked out for an Oxford throw. Evie Gain. Return by Timms, try and find a route around Erin Ryden. It looks like she's found one. The cross towards the far post. And Hughes taking no chances. With Williams lurking behind her, she will roll it out for the corner kick to be taken from the right-hand side for Oxford. Coventry mark up. Oxford look for that couple of inches of space to try and work something in the penalty area. Swung in from the right-hand side. Sims trying to get a header on it. Free kick for a foul by Sims on Lois Jeffries, which who's forceful in jockeying for position. It looks like Coventry have actually taken the lead in the game against Dunkirk. I'll have to check that one for you. It says that the goalkeeper apparently has chucked it into his own net. So we'll check that one for you quickly when we get a chance. Nicky Miles up to Amy Wavin, the space to race into on the right for Beth Merrick. Onto the ball. Not on the score sheet though, as it's lifted over the crossbar. Chances few and far between at this stage here at Communications Park. And just checking, it's still 0-0 in the men's match between Coventry and Dunkirk. Apparently the effort hit the post, unfortunately didn't go in, so it is still all square, although there are shouts of a penalty against the Coventry United team on the Dunkirk skipper, but we're being told that those have been waved away. So remains Coventry United 0, Dunkirk 0 in that one. And here at Daventry, it's still Coventry United ladies 1, Oxford United women 0. It's early days yet. Bent's got to deal with this one. Sends it upfield as far as Amber Hughes, side to side with Williams. Williams in with the successful challenge. Noble. Now Timms. Haynes caught by Tash Merritt as she gets the ball away. Now Noble looking to set herself up for the cross. Blocked up by Miles, who will set herself up for another attempt. And again, there's Miles to prevent the number 8 from doing so. And the referee wants a word with Jade Brogman. It's going to be more than a word. It's going to be the first yellow card of the afternoon. So yellow card brandished to the United number 4, Jade Brooke. Started the season incredibly well, has slowed down the goal streak a little bit recently. She's certainly going to be up for goal of the season. That's goal that went viral, of course, against Watford. Foul throw claims against Bent. Referee says no. It's no matter. Coventry had the ball back already after a bit of a tussle in the midfield. Back to Sue Wood. First time pass to the left-hand side. Couldn't pick it up, of course. Austin skips away from Timms. Here's Amber Hughes shielding the ball from Bent behind. Nearly running into the path of Noble, but finds Wavin. Turned by Shannon O'Brien, spots the space for Merrick on the right-hand side, but Haynes gets enough of a touch on it to take the spin off that ball. There's Brooke. Boots it up the right-hand touchline. Lois Jeffries keeps it alive for Coventry, but sandwiched between two Oxford players. Ultimately dispossessed. Sims comes away with it. Gains pass charged down by Brooke. United not allowing Oxford a second to breathe here, staying on the visitors. Stretched by Haynes, but couldn't get to it ahead of Amy Wavin. Merrick dinks it up for Lois Jeffries, who shrugs off the challenge of Sims. And the cross charge down by Gain. It's a throw-in to the Red and Green Girls on the right-hand side of the Oxford penalty area. Half an hour gone in the FA Women's National League Southern Premier. Coventry United lead by 1-0. Merrick looks to supply United with a chance for a second. And the cross by Jeffries from the right, blocked off the upper thigh there of Gain, and that will be a Coventry United corner from the right. Highlights of today's game will be available tomorrow morning. YouTube.com/Coventry United TV, based on all of your men's and women's footage this season. Hughes steps up once more. Can she help United extend their advantage? No, she can't. Brought down well by a leaping Lucy Thomas. Will it drop for Timms? No, it won't. It drops onto the head of Nikki Miles. Who's onto the second zone? Ryden is the answer to that question. Flicked on by Brooke, but only as far as Gain. Sidesteps the challenger O'Brien, but a misplaced pass is picked up on the left by Beth Merrick. The space on the right for Amber Hughes. Jeffries. And Wavin going for goal herself. Pretty simple catch for Thomas in the end. Hughes had space on the right-hand side, but it not like Gain had made away across to block off Hughes' path, so the shot from Wavin probably was the best option. Again, a poor upfield ball from Watford, from Oxford, I should say. Jeffries can't maintain possession on the far side of the field. Thrown by Bent, volleyed on by Haynes. Austin finds Merritt, but Merritt dispossessed. Noble slots it into the box for Timms, looking to square it. Connects with the heel of Ryden, but it's back with Timms. She's got Austin for company. Brought to a stop by Ryden and cleared as far as Haynes, waiting on the edge of the penalty area. Looks for Timms once more. Noble. Again, steadying herself for a potential cross, which she's going to be forced into the corner. Miles thinking about the lunge. Decided to go with the safe standing option. Noble looking to cut in. Still Noble. Looked for the cross. Meets Merritt. Back out to Haynes, who will drill it straight into the trees. Sustained attacking pressure from Oxford nearly paying off. Nicky Miles holding the attack at bay. As United attempted to clear several times, Haynes would send it back in, but the final time would see the end of that move with an off-target attempt. Played short by Wood to Ryden. Looking to stride away from Timms. Wavin. We can play it back with Amber Hughes. It rolls past Hughes. But Ryden has found a red shirt in Miles. Surging up, Janice Austin. The ball eventually finds Merrick. Hughes calls for it on the right-hand side. Can Merrick judge this pass right? Wasn't a million miles away as Gain plays it back to Thomas. Scoops it over Hughes and to the feet of, well, looking for Gain again. Brook in with the header. And with the second challenge, will give away the throw-in against Amber Roberts. There's a throw-in from Gain. Real tussle with Timms and Ryan. It's Hughes who sneaks away with the ball. Back into defence with Miles. Now Austin. Merrick offering support on the left-hand side. The ball will make it to Merrick. Swiftly followed by Williams. Good standing challenge by Williams. And Merrick pulled down by the... Oh, and that's a kick out. Williams and Merrick not parting on the best of terms. And the referee wants to see both of them in his office. Well, a free kick given in favour of Oxford. And it looks like that is the only punishment brandished out. Merrick holding Williams back. Williams dragging Merrick to the ground. And neither player happy about the other's intentions. It's a wasted free kick, sent straight back into the United penalty area, where Sue Wood will deal with it. 10 minutes until half-time. Today's show on CUTV sponsored by Current, building bespoke software to increase sales and improve your business process. Head to current.it for more information. And a hopeful ball down the right for Miles ends up in touch. Oxford have still got to clear from a dangerous position. They lose out here, they're going to be in trouble. They nearly did as Jade Brooke holding on, and she's got to be careful. Brooke is already on a yellow card. Teammates reminding her forward, just be careful, but you don't want to go down to 10 players. Thomas out to Mobbs. Bent awaiting the lofted ball, but Austin wins the battle of the number threes. Back with Wood, who drills as far as Williams. Not the best of clearances. Williams goes for goal herself. Off target. As Wood was looking to backtrack to our line. Well worth the go from Williams. Spotting the keeper away from her net. It's not going to find the net with that sort of finish. They're just passing it around the back. They don't want to make any silly errors here. It stands they are going into half-time in front. Hughes skipping past the challenge. Brooke. Now Hughes again. Overruns it into Sims. Haynes stabs it upfield. Half volley by Nicky Miles. Deep into Oxford territory. And another throw on this near side to the visiting team. Gain. It bounces onto the chest of Timms, who was holding off the challenge of Ryden from behind. Now Gain again. Rolls it past Hughes, but Ryden intercepts. Merritt. And now Shannon O'Brien with Williams all over her. Free kick Coventry United for the initial foul by Williams. Seems like Williams was grabbing onto the shoulder of O'Brien. The referee calls back for the advantage. Fair play to this ref. He is trying to let the game flow. Allowing advances and also deciding to book Jade Brooke after the passage of play had ended. So it's clear that this ref wants to see these attacking moves come to completion. In by Merrick, and the header by Shannon O'Brien headed it into the ground, which allowed Lucy Thomas to latch onto it before it found the net. Excellent position for O'Brien, who doesn't get many headed opportunities. And that ball to the left-hand side from Gain was intended for the number 9 in Georgia Sims, but it just curls away. Ryan gets her instructions from the referee as to where to take this throw in. On by O'Brien, Waven. No red shirts in sight, as Jeffries was offering help in a closer vicinity. Play back with Thomas, closed down all the way by Amy Waven. And the kick picked up by Merritt. Merrick chips it away from Bent. Beth Merrick going for glory, doesn't find it, on target. But again, Thomas was equal to it. With a low catch. Ryden fails to dispossess the attacker. Timms. And sign challenge by Haynes on Gain. Here's Merritt. Amber Hughes. All caught in legs of Gain. Standing challenge by Jeffries, and another challenge from behind. Picked up by Sims, who lofts it upfield. Miles calls for the header, and she gets it. Floats over the head of Jade Brooke. Done up by Merritt after the lob by Haynes. And Noble dispossessed with a slide from behind by Merritt. 5 minutes to go until half time here on CUTV. Coventry United ladies 1, Oxford United women 0. Goal coming in the 4th minute from Amber Hughes. Seems a long time ago. It's been a game of few opportunities, but United could find themselves knocking on Oxford's door once again. But the ball a little over hit to Amy Waven on the edge of the penalty area. But she'll close up Lucy Thomas again, who distributes it to Bent. Hasty pass to Noble. Trying to pirouette out of Merritt's range, but only gives up the ball to the defensive midfielder. Austin just kept in by Merrick. Austin's second attempt's better. It's Amy Waven. Jeffries caught in the face by the high boots of Sims. Referee says nothing doing. And the aerial pass brought down by Riding, plays a 1-2 with Wood. Casual stroll upfield by Ryden. Over the head of Lois Jeffries. I don't think Peter Crouch was getting on that one, so Jeffries didn't even try. United back onto it. Turn away from Haynes by O'Brien. Miles, an awkward one for Austin. She runs over the ball. And a pass up the left-hand side, blocked up by Williams. Timms. And there's plenty of space across the left-hand side for Roberts. Switches across Ryden. Lancaster, low effort, blocked up by Miles. Oxford had a clear run into the penalty area. Roberts looked a little too casual in trying to get past Ryden. Hughes. And there's the challenge into the side by Evie Gain. After a stunning run on the right-hand side by the Coventry United wing-back. Hughes' throw to Jeffries. Sets up Ryden for the first time delivery. Falls to the feet of Bent. Now Austin in the centre circle. Hooks it over to the left-hand side. Merrick. Volleyed clear before Waven could latch onto it. Brooke lets that one roll for Ryden. And the pass to Brooke blocked off from close range by Haynes. Timms. The offside flag is raised against Amber Roberts following the through ball. There are gaps in that Coventry United defence, and Oxford trying their best to take advantage of them. Wood's kick onto the head of Williams, but Austin is first on to the seconds. Merritt, Wavin calling for it. Wavin receives it in the penalty area. First time ever, just curls away from that top corner. There was a chance that Wavin had to take first time with defenders on either side of her. A redeemable effort. Again, we will be going off air here on CTV at half time, so off with the second live stream before the start of the second half. The question is, what will be the score when we begin the second half? At the moment, it looks like United will retain that lead. With just 1 minute of normal time to go. We did have a short stoppage for an injury to Beth Merrick earlier. I'll probably say we've got about 2 minutes of added time coming up. Austin driving up from the back. Merrick. Austin still with her, making the overlap. Now O'Brien goes for it herself. Didn't have the power or the accuracy. As it bounces across Thomas's net and brought to a safe halt by the Oxford number 1. Rolled onto the ground and hoofed away. Nodded down by Merritt. Brooke holds up the challenge of Lancaster. And knows what space on the right for Amber Hughes. There's a bit of a push into the side on Hughes, but the referees said no foul. The outstretched arm by Roberts into the shoulder of Hughes, but the throw has come straight back to Hughes. Roberts gets onto it for a brief moment and then trips Brooke. That will be a free kick against the Oxford number 2. Erin Ryan's going to take it short to Jade Brooke. In by Brooke. O'Brien tried to knock it down for Wavin, but didn't get the necessary contact on it. O'Brien tracks back and dispossesses Haynes. Now Janice Austin. Jeffries. Congested Oxford half of the field. Trying to find a way through. Ryden. And it just rolls off the boot of Amber Hughes. And the referee calls time after just 1 minute of added time. Half-time score here on Coventry United TV in the FA Women's National League Southern Premier Division is Coventry United Ladies 1, Oxford United Women 0. We're going off air for around 10 minutes here on CUTV. Look for the second live stream prior to the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, they're keeping it.